Touhou Juuouen, unfinished dream of all living ghosts. I thought I should make this honest review before the review section is overtaken by useless memes and criticism made by people who won't give a merit where it's deemed because they're unwilling to learn how this game works. First of all, this game in fact has several problems and that's undeniable. It also has missing features that weren't present in the previous games. I will start with the problems and then explain why I actually like this game. The obvious big problem here is that this game has a very unbalanced story mode. Because of the way Zune decided to design the power scaling in the story mode, pretty much all the special attacks that have the purpose of flooding the enemy screen are completely useless, while any defensive skill is absolutely useful and sometimes even trivialize matches. The problem is that many characters focus preciously on flooding the enemy screen, which makes these characters not stand a chance on the higher difficulty modes compared to characters with a defensive focus like Remu or Yuma. That is not a problem on the versus mode matches though. The balance of later lunatic matches on the story mode is also kinda broken. You only have so many bombs you can use before you run out of the way you can deal with the undodgeable situations which are often created. It almost feels like gambling and only characters like Remu and Yuma can really get a pass without much trouble. You can get shield from using an extra attack, so you intend to tank some hits in those undodgeable moments. The network code is also poorly made, but keep an eye on the for fun patches. Maybe in the next patches, few weeks or months of a stable revised netcode will be available for this game. Now about the missing features. We don't have either score or replay modes. Other things that are missing are either irrelevant or straight up nitpicking, like alternative character call scheme or extra mode. Extra mode in various Trump. Someone cares? Did someone care about the extra POFE? Score is important mechanic for strumps. So it's lame that it's missing and no replay mode means that you must be recording your game at all times if you want to make sure, in case you make a good run, it's saved somehow for other people to see. Now why I like this game despite all of this? The simple answer is because it's fun, and it's been the most fun Touhou game in the past decade or more. Not mentioning the fantastic music since that's a cliché of all Touhou games. When you scope several spirits and shoot them to cause a massive chain reaction, when you melt down your enemy boss, with your offensive skills, when you methodically increase your special attack levels throughout the match to screw your opponent. All of these things give me so much satisfaction that I can't describe. There's many characters in this game and they are much more individualized than they have been before in most other versus that I'm aware. Each of them play in such unique ways that you have to learn and study how they work individually and what are their strengths and what strategies work with them. Another thing that should be noted is that while many seem to be assumed by mentioning all the things that are lacking in this game, nobody seems to mention the things that this game had that weren't present in other games. This game has by far the largest playable roster, with 19 playable characters. It has a very robust setting option on versus mode to change the aspects of the match according to your preferences. It has cards that make your Remu different from someone else's Remu. The game is good, but the story mode feels like more like a regular Touhou game with the Phantasmagoria elements rather than the Phantasmagoria in type game. There's literally no point in using level 3 and 4 attacks unless it fixes your barrier. I don't know what it's called, because the enemies will particularly always dodge it. I've only seen one get hit once. Another reason why it feels like a regular Touhou game is because how each stage ends. The balls will always have the set force throughout the stage, and when you time them out to beat them in progress to another level 4 or to the next stage, which makes the game feel way more on the rails than a normal Phantasmagoria game. Unless like the stuff was intentional, The game was definitely a slight outlier compared to the others, but it's still enjoyable and I like the new characters. Before being engulfed by the crowd negativity, give this game a shot and try to understand the mechanics. Scope spirits and create chain reactions. Try to find the best strategy for your character on versus mode. As long as the score is must for you and you can get over the lack of replay function, this is Kiruki game that has its meh aspects but it's really fun. Thank you guys for watching this video and see you in the next review.